If you pick up your syllabus, I want you to make a change here. Pick up your syllabus and I will show you. Let me run. Pick up mine.
They sing like the water.
Oh no, man! This is the J Cole so bad. One of the worst hoopers you ever see in life. He's bad. You need to think about it. He did the James Swan out good. He argued with calls and shit. He get down court.
If you look at page number 3.
You said 3?
Yes, page 3. Now, look at breakdown of grade on top of breakdown of grade. You see that it said prepare a 5-page paper on how to prospect and have sales dialogue with customers. Please change that from chapter 5 to chapter 7.
You said cross it out, or you want us to cross the 5-page paper out? Is that what you said?
Did you cross it out?
Yes, sir.
Did I? I'm too old.
Oh, you said, oh.
Am I correct or I'm wrong? I'm wrong.
You are.
Oh.
Huh?
I went along with you.
You see, prospecting up to the final sales. So it should be, it's not on page chapter 5, it's on chapter 7. In the course of the discussions, that assignment will be more, I'm going to modify it. I'll change it, I'll modify, make some changes. Yes, sir.
How? Do you know what format you want us to write in and stuff like that?
What do you mean by format?
Never mind.
It's double spaced. Double spaced, and what else do you want?
What font do you want us to?
You see, I really don't get your question. What do you mean by format?
Like MLA format,
You want Caribbean?
never mind. You just go with it.
Okay. Let's begin our discussions. Please, let us stop this in checking our cellular phones and be part of the class discussions. This is the class for management of sales management. Now, all of us sitting down here, sometimes when we go to the shop to buy something, we have we attempt to have some negative attitude towards the salespersons. We think that they are nobody, but that is not true. Do you see? We have negative views about them.
Not all the time. It depends on how they portray themselves, though.
Okay. If that is the case, you are saying not all the time, which means you have some negative attitude towards salespersons.
Yeah, if they don't like their job, you can kind of tell, and it's like, why you here? You know what I'm saying? So then that's when you have like a negative feel. But if it's somebody that's enthusiastic about what they're doing and like what their job is, then you get a different vibe from them. You know what I'm saying? If you know the vibe.
Okay, who else? What negative attitude or views? What is our perceptions of the salesperson?
Like they just trying to feed their family. They're trying to.
Now, the question is here. Is it positive, negative, or no opinion? But you have expressed that sometimes when you go to the floor to buy something, you have some negative attitude. Why? Why do we have negative attitudes towards the salesperson or salespersons?
Sometimes they pushy. Sometimes they can be a little pushy. Makes you feel like they're trying to get you to buy something you don't want.
Okay. What else? That is his views about the salesperson. What else? For me in person, before I had an MBA, before I did my PhD, and I did an MBA, I thought that the salesperson is nobody, that the salesperson is not paid well. But my sitting in the classroom with my peers and my instructors changed my views about the salespersons. Right. Now, why is it that my views changed about the salespersons? From my readings, I got to know, especially these people here, McDonald's, for instance. If you go to JCPenney or Macy's, if you read well, you will recognize that these salespersons are well trained. They go through a lot of training. They are well paid, some of them. Do you see? Some of the salespersons are well paid. They are well trained. They go through a lot of training before, some of them, especially the managers, before they are allowed to be on the floor. Therefore, we have to recognize the role or their positions in the marketplace. Now, having said this, how many of you will want to be interested in becoming salespersons? How many of you will want to do that? Yes?
It depends on what you sell, on what like type of job it is.
Thanks.
There's a lot of types. There's a lot of different types of salespeople. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I consider it a sales position. Again?
I'd consider it self-possession.
Okay. Who else? Yes, sir.
Yes, I would.
Okay. Who else? You see that if you get in there, when I was in South Carolina at Voorhees College, some students took a job at Lowe's. And at first, you see, they were a little reluctant even to go to work. And having passed through, do you see the ranks there? Some of them, they are in Baltimore. Some of you are from Baltimore. Some of the students there at Lowe's are students that I taught at Voorhees College. They are managers.
What college you said? Voorhees.
Voorhees College. I taught there for 10 years before I moved to Albany State University in South Georgia.
You know, we play them tomorrow.
Do I know what?
We play them in basketball tomorrow.
Who, me?
Voorhees was. Yeah, we play them in basketball here tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
They are coming here?
Yeah.
No, okay. That's a small. That is a small black college HBCU, like this place. Right now I don't know the student enrollment there, but you see, if that college, as you see it, you see that it is on a very nice campus, and it has something that people don't know. Now, if you have a child and you want a child to go to medical college, medical school, that is a good place to send a child to. Every year, about 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 students go to medical school or pharmacy school from there. You see, with that, there was a lady there who was in charge of the science department, Cassandra Smith. He was positioned well prepared and handled the students well. And the students were going to medical college from that place. You see. I don't know if I will have the time to come and watch your game tomorrow. I really don't know. But if I have the time, I'll come. But you see that the coach there, the coach there maybe has changed. I might not know, and I don't know the students too. You see, but the fact is that I was there. I was there for 10 years, as where I taught marketing and economics. That school, and from there I got a job at Albany State University, a bigger university. Albany State is bigger than this place, very big school. That was where I was. I taught healthcare economics at that place. Now, some of you said, or are saying that you want to take a job, and I'm encouraging you to do that, to be sales persons. You can rise through the ranks, and before you're aware, if you are a manager for a bigger company, you might be making over $100,000. So do not look down upon sales jobs. You see, you might be lucky. As soon as you get in there, you might be lucky to be appointed to the position of a manager. Some of you leave college where I was in Augusta. I met some of my students where I had to write a check for them to help them to buy gas for their cars. But you see, instead of taking the job as a salesperson, they will not, because of this negative attitude towards salespersons. Now, from this class, I urge all of you not to have that kind of attitude towards salespersons. I'm not saying that if you go to the floor to buy anything or something and the salesperson is negative to you, you see, you have to let that person go free. There are cases where a salesperson who is rude or negative to the customer has lost the job. If you have the courage to report the salesperson to the boss, you have to go. Because to lose, it is difficult to create one customer. Very, very difficult. Now, if you create a customer, the market, you should be able to hold on to the customer. Don't let the customer go. Because losing one customer is more expensive than winning one customer. Why? Because, like me, I'm going to tell my friends, don't go there. Don't go to this place. Don't go to this company. They are not good. They don't treat customers right. And you see that the news will spread, and you will keep losing hundreds of customers. You see, so if you go to buy anything and the customer is rude to you, if the customer does not treat you right, don't let it go. Talk about it. Now, we want to look at the concept selling. What is selling? What is selling? We want to look at selling. And then we look at personal selling. What is it? So first of all, let us look at this concept of selling. Do you see? You see, selling is one aspect of marketing. Now, if I ask you, all of you, to define what is marketing, this is one concept that is going to be discussed, that marketing means selling. Yes, you are right. It is an aspect of marketing. Personal selling. What is it that is made up of personal selling? As we shall see, we communicate. If a product or a service is developed, we have to what? Communicate, inform the customer about the product that we have gone through, spend the resources to produce. Now, what are we doing? We are trying to persuade the customer to come and buy. And therefore, the customer needs information about the product. We sell the product to the customer by informing the customer about the attributes of our offering, and then try to persuade the customer to buy from us. We don't set up the business just because we have the money, but because we want to get returns from the investment that we make in producing the product. We cannot produce the product, let the product sit in the warehouse. The product has to go. We have to sell it so that we can generate revenue and further invest what the revenue we generate in producing or selling more of those. Now, personal selling involves helping other people. Now, when we go and then we buy something, we pay. We have to recognize that we have had help from the salesperson. Why? The business is set up to improve the conditions of the people. That is what it means. not to hurt the people, to improve the conditions. And therefore, if you go in there to buy something and they sell it to you, know that it is a help that the salesperson has given to you to improve your condition. Right now, as I'm standing here, I'm hungry. I'm hungry. I have not eaten since morning. Now, if I go to Burger King or McDonald's to buy a quarter pound, quarter pound hamburger or cheeseburger or chicken nuggets, and I eat, drink water, and I feel fine. My recognition is that I have been helped to fill my stomach. I have been helped to be healthy, because hunger can push me down, will rush me to the hospital for treatment. So the salesperson, the waiter or the waitress at McDonald's selling the food to me is helping me to be well. What? Goods, selling goods, do you see, and providing services. If you go to Walmart, if you go to Sam's Club, if you go to McDonald's, they provide you with the actual product, and then they provide you with the service. Instances are there. Those who go to Bob Evans, you see that they prepare the food and then come and then put it on your table for you to eat, providing you with the service. Sometimes we get after-sales service. And I said this afternoon, I purchased a TV set from Sears when Sears was at the Mesa Mall. You see, I had a problem with it. They had to send somebody to come and check what had gone wrong with my television set. The company provided a service for me. Sometimes we go to Walmart, we go to Sam's Club. When you purchase the product, the salesperson, some of them, will help you to put your merchandise in your car. That's a service. If you get in there, even to locate your product on the shelves tends to be a problem. It is these service people, these salespersons, who help us to locate where the product or the merchandise is. So in addition to providing the goods, they provide services to us. At Walmart or Sam's Club, you cannot give tips to them. If it is found out that you have given a tip to the employee who helps you to put your goods into your car, he will be fired. They don't do that. But in the restaurants, if you go to the restaurant, you see that one of the conditions there that, which in some cases it works against the waitress and the waitresses, is that they are not paid well. You see, you are supposed to give tip, which is described as gratuity. In some cases, they add it to the price of the food that we purchase in the restaurants. So, those of you who do not give gifts, please try and then help these people who help you to get the food to eat and make you well. Understand that. They provide you with ideas. They try to explain to you the use of the product. They explain to you the use of the merchandise that you buy from them. if you go to the pharmacy and you buy the medicine, the pharmacy should explain to you how to use the medicine. If the pharmacist does not do that, and you go and use the product and it hurts you, the pharmacist will be in trouble. The pharmacist can lose the license. So they have to explain to you. The best thing that the pharmacist has to do is to ask you if you have ever used the drug before. If you say no, it is the responsibility of the pharmacist to educate you on how to use the drug. Now, there is a new definition, explanation for personal selling. You see. And as you see it, that is the personal information or communication that the salesperson, gives to you, informs you. Do you see? And then what does he do? He's telling you, this product is this. It will be nice on you if you use it. It will be helpful to you, providing you with the information. Those of you who go to the dealership to buy these cars, you see that they try to talk to you, try to give you the information, give you the discussion, the details, the attributes of the merchandise. Now, what this individual is doing is trying to persuade you. Persuasion. That is why they will go through some training. And the persuasion will lead to what? The purchase of the product or the service. If they are not there, if they don't talk to us, if they do not communicate with us about their product, about their offering, about their services, nobody is going to buy, because we have to know what we are buying. And it is these sales people who give us the information. Oh, yes, I know what he's telling me is correct, and I have to buy this product. Sometimes the information they give to us, the persuasion that they give to us, pushes us to make and what? Impulse buying. We don't have budgets. You go to JCPenney or you go to the Belk now. You see that you might see a merchandise or a product that you have not planned to buy. But these salespersons are so witty, they are so crafty. That is the way they are trained for, to sell. Some of these people, they sell, in addition to their basic salary, they what? They get commissions. So they have to have what? The language to let you buy. Under impulse. I remember in Augusta Mall, there was a clothing shop at J.J. Riggins. I went there and I had not planned to buy anything. And this young lady came with the thick, this thing.
What?
On the lips.
A young lady?
And I had not planned to buy anything. Oh, this thing will fit you. During that time, I had hair. I was not cleaning my hair. I had hair, and he prevailed on me. And instead of buying one shirt, I bought two. The shirts are still there. The shirt that I bought about 10 years ago are still there. Yeah. Impulse buying. Now, when you buy, it is what? As I explained to students this morning, utility. That is an economic concept. That is the satisfaction that we derive in buying and then using a product. Here, do you see the satisfaction? Now we need a product. My shirts are worn out. I need a shirt. Now, if it is sold to me, my needs have been what? Satisfied. So let us understand the new personal definition for personal selling. The product is produced, the service is there. You see, the information is provided to us by the sales persons, and then through persuasion, we make purchases from them. Think of this, grandma. What do you think grandmom is doing? I don't have any grandmama. Grandmama died even before I went to college. What do you think she's doing? You see? Would you treat your grandmama or grandma in a selfish way? If grandmama comes to you, quite remember, I went to Riches, which has merged with Macy's, and I was there. This white woman came up to me. He said, "Man," I turned around. I said, "Hey, ma'am, what is it?" She said, "Can you find me Michael Jordan's collar?" You see that Michael's clothes, the shirts he wears, are custom made. You see, and I told this woman, "No, grandma, you cannot find Michael's shirt here." He had come there with a grandson to buy something, a shirt, maybe at the request of the grandson, but it was not there. You see? Now, I was so courteous to her. I wasn't rude. I had to be patient and then listen to this woman. Would you sell anything to her just because you want to make sales? These are questions that we have to do. Now, we have to have golden rule in personal selling. Golden rule in personal selling. Golden rule number 1. Do you see? This is what is a principle, the philosophy, upon which the salesperson unselfishly, you cannot, because of selfishness, thinking that, well, I have to make sales in order to earn my commission so that my company will pay me a lot of money for me to spend. Do you see? Just don't want to treat those persons or customers who come to you well. The first golden rule is a philosophy. Don't be selfish. You see? And then treat people the way that you don't want to be treated. Don't be selfish. Be nice. Be courteous. Be courteous to the customers who come to you. Don't be selfish. Be ethical. Don't attempt to cheat the customer who comes to you. Golden rule number 2. Reciprocity. And you know what the concept is. Reciprocity. Who can explain this to us? Reciprocity is not expected. Golden rule number 2, reciprocity is not expected. What is it? What is it that we say? Reciprocity is not expected. Yes, sir.
If I do something for you, you have to do something for me.
You have to return that to me. Reciprocity. Now you are a salesperson. You see, the fact that you are treating the customer well does not necessarily mean that you should expect the customer also to be nice to you. That is golden rule. Some of us, when we go to the floor to buy anything, you see, do we think that all the time it is the customer or the salesperson who actually should be nice to the customer? Is that the rule? Is that our perception? Is that our perception? And do we have to return anything to the salesperson if the salesperson is nice to us? Let's think about it. Now look at the example that children whose cat had recently delivered a litter of kittens. How do we explain this? Do we understand this? We don't? Wake up, friends. Ignacio, can you come up with an explanation for this? Reciprocity. Yes, sir. Okay. Let's move on.
How?
Girl, they love each other so much that they are trying to keep each other warm. Is there any reciprocity in this statement? Is there any meaning? Is there any reciprocity that we get in here?
Them keeping each other warm.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Ignacio.
That what you said, that they are keeping each other warm?
They are keeping each other warm. So I keep you warm, you keep me warm. Okay. Let's go. Mother. Actually, they are trying to keep themselves warm. So the explanation here, the meaning that we are getting here is that of they are being what? Reciprocal to each other. They keep themselves warm, staying together. Each of them is feeling the warmth of themselves. So, golden rule number 2. The rule is all about trying to keep somebody else warm. Even if it means that we get cold in the process. Do you see? The golden rule is all about trying to keep somebody else warm, trying to make somebody happy. Do you see? Even if it means what? You are getting cold. Maybe that is not what you expect, but it's happening. You also have to be happy and then respect the individuals that you are dealing with. We have differences in the salespersons. All salespersons are not the same. We have the traditional salesperson. We have the professional salesperson. Do you see? Who do we regard as the traditional salesperson? let's see if we can get the meaning across. We have the traditional salesperson. We have the professional salesperson. Who do you think that we can refer to as the traditional salesperson? Hill, can you pick that up? Traditional salesperson. Can we explain? Do we know the meaning of the traditional salesperson? If we do know, who is a professional salesperson? It's up to you. Please let us see. Whom can we refer to as a traditional salesperson?
Somebody that work at like Walmart or something?
Again?
He said somebody that work at Walmart or somewhere like that.
So if I go to Walmart now and then I work there, I am a traditional salesperson.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
Yeah.
No, they're probably professional.
Again?
Probably a professional salesperson doesn't get paid to do it, right?
Yeah, we want to get the traditional salesperson, then we come to the professional salesperson. There are some people who have made that their job.
Wait,
So let us, yes.
it's so traditional. That could be like someone that's trying to sell something. Anybody. You don't have to work anywhere.
Again?
I said traditional. You don't have to work anywhere to.
Like people going door to door selling
Yeah.
candy or something like that.
Walmart more like professional because you're hired to sell something.
Do you have the book? Find it from there. Let's see.
Siri, what is a traditional salesperson?
Have you found it? Traditional salesperson. Try. Use your mobile phones and find out the meaning of traditional salesperson.
Siri, talk nice to. What is a traditional salesperson?
Yeah, that's what we said. Oh,
Have you seen it?
I'm pulling it up right now.
yeah.
Saying that today they're obsolete.
Yeah, even if you're in sales, you're just
You have found it?
Mine says that they're obsolete because of like the internet and Google and other things.
Is that different from being a professional salesperson? Is that different?
We don't know, bro.
I mean, yeah, it's different because professional you'll be,
What
like
is the
you say,
difference?
it's trying to help people find stuff on the shelves and things in that nature.
That's the professional salesperson.
Yeah.
And that is different from the traditional salesperson. This is not for me alone. The class is for all of us.
I know, but I mean, we throwing out stuff if it's not right, then you know what I'm saying?
Again?
Like we trying to answer your question, but I guess we're going the wrong way with it. So can you guide us then in the right direction, please?
No, if an answer is given and I don't take it, it doesn't mean that I am overriding your response. I want other students to act, to say something. Young man, have I responded to your question?
I guess. I'm not really.
So if you are a professional salesperson,
Yeah.
what do you do?
Yeah, I mean, I guess
Wait, what's traditional?
he never said what was this.
Yeah, so what's traditional?
Huh?
What's traditional?
I put the question to you. I want you to answer the question for me.
We
For
tried.
all of
I
us.
still don't realize.
So is a
what
car
traditional
guy
is.
salesman?
I still don't realize what traditional salesperson is. What's the definition of a traditional salesperson?
The traditional definition.
The definition, yeah.
Yeah, I want to learn it from you.
All right, I think I got something. Traditional salesperson is like someone that's like trying to learn how to sell something, and then professional is like they know what they're selling. Am I getting somewhere?
Okay. You are close.
Okay.
Yes. You've done well.
So,
If you are a professional salesperson, what you have to do is that you have to know the product. You see, you have to understand and know the product, because customers come to you, they ask questions about the product. If you are a professional salesperson, you should know exactly what to tell, the description of the product to the customer. You have to be courteous to the customer. Being professional, stay professional. The golden rule number 3 is that of the golden rule salesperson. What is it that involved in this golden rule salesperson? What do we know? Let's think about it. And you remember, let's go back here. You see, you can get the meaning, this golden rule here, that
Golden rule.
do unto what? The others as you want the others to be done to you. So the golden rule of a salesperson is that you have to treat the customer right. Do unto the things that you will expect those people to be done to you. Don't try to be selfish. Don't try to cheat the customer who comes to you. Be ethical in what? In your dealings with the customers who come to you. That is the golden rule here. The golden rule salespersons. We will stop on this. Yeah, do unto others as you want to do want to be done to you. Don't be selfish. You see, do the right thing. So we will stop on this and thanks for your responses. But the problem here is that we don't have the book. We have not read the book. And that is why we don't have the book. We have not bought the book. That is why we cannot provide the answers. Yes. So I'll see you on Monday. Try. I know those athletes, I know they rely on something to get the book. But try and get the book.
I gotta try and rich on here.
Yeah. If you read the book, you say you provide answers, but in the book you have not read the book, so it is difficult to find answers. So I will see you. Okay.
My book comes in today, so I'll have it today.
You
I'll
was
be ready
saying,
to make
that's like,
I understand.
So traditional was selling basically not caring about the customer, just got my self-interest. Taking care of customers and the golden rule.
You see?
Yeah.
That is the professional. And this one here,
The
you
difference
see.
will be like the education, right? Like,
You see, the interest of who? The interest, very, very important to the customer. Don't try to cheat. Have you finished taking the notes here? I want you to take the notes here.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm good.
Okay.